It's May 10th, 2024. I'm outside here at Covenant Christian School in Orange, California, and I'm about to do an assembly, or more like a chapel today, so it should be fun. So the school is right adjacent to Covenant Presbyterian Church, and that's where I just had the assembly, or the chapel, and it went excellent. It was amazing. And what's different than the other assemblies that I do is that it's a Christian school, so I got to preach the gospel and recite all these scripture verses that meant a lot to me. And so I'm remarkably impressed with the church. It was magnificent. It's like a typical Presbyterian church, you know, like wood and brick, and just a lot of beautiful architecture, stained glass windows. Even in the foyer there was literature from R.C. Sproul. And a couple of things in the intro was kind of Presbyterian in nature, because I grew up at St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church, and like after the scripture reading they say, "This is the word of the Lord, thanks be to God," something that I shared with Royal Rangers, so now I'm doing that, Royal Rangers. But yeah, it was amazing, and people enjoyed it. People talked with me afterward and invited me to do other things where I could contribute my ministry to other people in hopes to blessing other people the best I can. Well, actually, this is one down, one to go, because I'm right now at Corona Del Mar High School in Newport Beach. And so that meeting turned out excellent. On the way, I actually ran into a student from Harborview last year, and he was asking who am I subbing for, and I said, well, I'm just here for a meeting today. I finally found the place, and I was before like the principal at Corona Del Mar High School, the board president, the Newport Mesa School District, and like all the principals of the Corona Del Mar Zone. There's 5 elementary schools, or feeder schools, and their PTA presidents, and I recognized a few of them because I've been to 60% of the feeder schools so far, and they gave me about 20 minutes to speak, and it was phenomenal. Afterward, there seemed to have not been a dry eye. In fact, one of the people there was my former 5th grade teacher from 18 years ago at Newport Heights Elementary. He's now the interim principal at East Bluff Elementary, and he also works in the district office. And he even told me there's a time when he didn't have a dry eye during my speech during the time that was allotted to me. By fortuity, I got to talk to the principals at Lincoln Elementary, Newport Coast Elementary, the only 2 feeder schools that I haven't been in yet to do these volunteer assemblies, and they said they'll be contacting me soon. And my hope was to do it sometime this academic year, complicated reasons short. In fact, a couple of them, including the board president, said that they'll spread my name and information around the entire county, including Orange Unified and Urbalinda, Placentia. In fact, the board president said aloud that I was on David Meltzer's Instagram Live yesterday, and yeah, that was 2 days ago, and that was the second time that I was on his live. The first time was in 2022, and in both opportunities I was talking about my books. Oh, and before I forget, there's about 250 students at Covenant Christian School today, and that was from kindergarten to 7th grade. The 8th graders are on a field trip in Washington, D.C. And what's also amazing about this day is that 11 years ago today, I was a senior at Newport Harbor High School, and I spoke for FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the day that kind of changed my life forever, if you will. I actually mentioned that day explicitly in this book, and I talked about how I preached, if you will, to a lot of my schoolmates, like I think 100 or 200 of them probably. And it was one of the most momentous days of my life. It led me to a couple of opportunities immediately thereafter, and through Royal Rangers. That's kind of what got me started in writing in the first place. I was writing fiction, and then I went into nonfiction, got this book published, and the rest is history. And what else is coincidental is that the principal at Covenant Christian School is also a Vanguard alum, so he's making a lot of mention of that. And afterward, him and another person laid hands over me, and the teachers and the students stretched their arms toward me and said a big prayer for this ministry that I'm in. So thank you very much, Covenant Christian School, and for the Corona Del Mar Zone Pack meeting team.